I can't stop signing people. We are now in the third episode, and I'm still negotiating with a few different wrestlers. We're bringing in Lance Storm. Yeah, heel babyface. He's a better heel, isn't he? We'll bring in Lance Storm. Delirious. I mean, I'm looking at some of these guys, skill base, and they're just amazing. $130 per show as well. He's so much better than a lot of people who are going for, and they were asking for thousands. So Delirious, welcome. Jason Light, I've never even heard of him, so forgive me if I'm mistaken him, but he is a high flyer, which obviously suits our business, but he has unbelievable basics, good selling, good safety as well. Psychology is up there. He's not bad on the microphone or anything like that. He doesn't have the best popularity, but it's still okay, like 7 in where we are based, but I'm not worried about that. As long as he performs, we can build that up. He's a high flyer, he's only 28, and he's only booked at one company. And the fact that if we take a look at how much he is costing per show, $40. $40. We can stick him on the pre-show for a while, build him up, maybe he turns into some kind of superstar. I don't know. Some people want to know kind of like the ins and outs of the game a little bit more, so I'm willing to show it. Let's take a look at our creative product. So we're currently using Cutting Edge, which this is what will be the consequences. So we have to book sort of like 85% matches, 15% angles. If we have a TV show, it's 60-40, which is really difficult to do. There'll be some long angles there. The matches are rated on a ratio of between 75 to 25, which is in-ring action and popularity. So this is the reason why I don't really care whether they're as popular or not anymore. If they are better in the ring, I will rather pick them. Look at Jonathan Gresham. Hardly anything popularity-wise, but he's so good in the ring, and he's putting on like absolute clinic matches for us. Same as Johnny Gargano from the off. So I'm more interested in how good they are in the ring, which is actually what I prefer in real life. I can watch any company in the world. I don't care who's on it. If there's good wrestling on it, I'll enjoy it. That's the main reason why I fell in love with companies like PWG and Progress when I got back into wrestling, and New Japan too. I don't know anybody in New Japan. All I knew was that there was these people called the Bullet Club, and I barely knew any of them. And I thought, bloody hell, Cody Rhodes is there. I thought, that's a bit strange. Watched it, loved it, couldn't stop watching it. Instead of WWE, where I knew who Randy Orton was and John Cena, it's the same old, same old. Production is another thing that people were asking. I've literally just upgraded the production value of this to high quality, but it does mean it's going to cost us quite a lot per month. But I weighed it up with our finances, in-house broadcast quality, and I've moved it up to local music because it was only going to cost us an extra $500 per show, which is not too bad for musicians. Eventually, when we start making a little bit more money, I do want to push these two up here, so they are also white, so it kind of matches everything else. But yeah, this was all based on my finances, so I looked, and it's $42,000 that we are getting profit last month, which is not bad. So I'm weighing it up. Can I still afford to do it? Because I want to be making a profit each month. I don't want to be losing money, hemorrhaging money, because eventually all of these wrestlers are going to be asking for some more, aren't they? And we kick this show off. Battle Pack. Again, if it's like some kind of like tag team thing, I don't really know. But I'm just going to run a normal event. It's Delirious versus Lance Storm. Like I mentioned before, it's great to stick these things in the pre-show. I've put in that this is a technical clinic, because these two are really good at technical wrestling. So, decent wrestling but little heat. Lance Storm defeated Delirious 1806 by submission with a Canadian Maple Leaf. Delirious has a rating of 50. Lance Storm rating of 49. Delirious debuted as Crazy Gimmick, got a rating of great. Lance Storm anti-American gimmick, initial rating of poor. The announcing lifted quality of the match. Okay, not bad. 52 rated segment. 48 rating segment after that, Jason Light versus Adam Page. And pre-show a decent wrestling but non-existent crowd heat. We're building the crowd heat, I guess. 48 for Jason Light, 41 for Adam Page. So they're both high flyers. So this was, I think, an aerial match that I made. Defeated Aaron Page by pin for 13-26. Doesn't have a finisher by the looks of it. Then we have a segment, and this got the crowd a lot hotter. 61 rated segment with Jay Lethal, Kevin Steen, and Eddie Edwards. Of course, we have just had the Battle of Los Angeles, where Kevin Steen got all the way to the final. I can't remember whether he defeated Jay Lethal on the way. He might have done. And then those two had a match in the last event where Jay Lethal beat him. So they talk about that, and they mention Eddie Edwards. Eddie Edwards comes out for a brief moment and accepts a triple threat match tonight for the title. We haven't seen the title yet. I think Eddie Edwards wasn't available for us in the last event. So Kevin Steen benefited from the groundswell of public support, so that's good. The angle got the crowd hotter. The angle got the show off to a strong start. Fantastic. 61 rated. Then we go straight into this match. It is Future Shock, who defeated 2.0 11:36 with Adam Cole, pinned Shane Matthews with a Panama Sunrise. He was the weak link though, Shane Matthews. What did he get? A 34. That's still not bad. He got 55 rated because they're both good at tag teams, so that's decent. Got the crowd hotter again because they needed it to go hotter. That's really annoying that it's down to a 50. This was supposed to be a big match. Uhaa Nation versus Chuck Taylor in an aerial battle. Decent wrestling, but little heat. Uhaa Nation defeated Chuck Taylor 14-10. Chuck Taylor had an in-ring performance of 39. He was really off his game. Damn. Because Uhaa Nation took a stump bump. Alright, okay. 52 rated though. It could have been better. That one could have been a lot better. Never mind. We then have a women's tag team match to bring it back down again, which is perfect. This is what we wanted it to do. Decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. Rebecca Knox and Sarah Del Rey defeated Ayako Hamada and Davina Rose 9:42, and Rebecca Knox pinned Davina Rose with a surprise cradle. She was the weak link again, though. 29 rated. Rebecca Knox, come on. Hamada got a very good rating, though. So did Sarah Del Rey. So that's decent. Maybe we'll put them in a match in the future. Jeff Jarrett comes out. Poor while trying to improvise dialogue. Well, that's annoying. Delirious was... I need to maybe turn Delirious off being a road agent because I signed him, didn't realise he was. Lance Storm was also one, but I think Lance Storm was a good road agent. 60 rated segment next. Johnny Gargano versus Claudio Castagnoli in a great wrestle and a decent reaction from the crowd. Claudio defeated Johnny Gargano 15:30 by pinfall with a Ricola bomb. This was a technical masterclass, if I remember rightly, that I put it together. 54 from Johnny, 64 from Claudio. That's fantastic. A 60 rated segment. 62 rated right after. That's perfect. And about that, Superb Wrestling. A decent reaction from the crowd. We have El Generico and Paul London defeating Jay and Mark Briscoe in 12:45 when El Generico pinned Jay Briscoe 450 splash. They put on some very good ratings as well. Paul London and El Generico, a 70 and a 76. Huge, that is. Jay Briscoe and Mark Briscoe showed excellent chemistry. Great tag team. They need to actually... I tried putting them on a team, but it doesn't actually accept it, and I don't know what's going on. Maybe some kind of weird thing. But yeah, Delirious is causing that match to be bad again. So that's annoying. It was too short too. Fair enough. Well, we actually have maximised the amount of time we had today because I've used a lot of people, despite us actually having quite a lot of people who aren't there. But that's good. That's always a good thing. 67 rated. Hello, Delirious again. It's costing these matches big time. An 80 rated from Chris Hero. Wow. Superb wrestling, decent reaction. Chris Hero defeated TJ Perkins with a death blow. We need to remember to praise Chris Hero. He then did a segment after. He struggled to go off script though. Still got a 56. All right, okay. After that, I thought this would do way better. 49 rated. It is a tag team ladder match, by the way. So, Generation Me defeated Jonathan Gresham and Matt Cross in a ladder match where Max Buck retrieved the item. Generation Me make defense number 3 of the tag team titles. 74 from Jeremy Buck. Wow. 62 from Jonathan Gresham. Max Buck was off his game. That's extremely poor choice for this audience. What a ladder match. I've seen so many good ladder matches at PWG. Makes no sense. But there we go. Match was a little too short. Okay. And what was the other one? Match got the crowd buzzing. And Max Buck's getting better at the gimmick. Could have been better. Could have been a lot better. Max Buck debuted a new spot that showcases athletic ability. His psychology will be helped. Good. That's fantastic. 68 rated segment after that. It is... We have a new champion too. A triple threat for the title. Superb Wrestling and Good Heat. Jay Lethal defeated Eddie Edwards and Kevin Steen in 21:53 when Jay Lethal pinned Eddie Edwards with a lethal combination. Jay Lethal wins the PWG World title. He put in a 70 rated there. Kevin Steen had a 68. Eddie Edwards a 59. Perfect end to this event with a 68 there. Come on, give us something decent. 62, it's not bad. That was in front of 1,641 people at the UT Peaks Ice Arena. We gained popularity in 24 regions. We need better music quality and broadcast quality, but like I mentioned before, that's something that we will get in the future. I'm going to praise Jonathan Gresham, I think. He did really well. Complimented on a good performance. Max Buck was... No, it was Jeremy Buck, wasn't it? Who was really good. So we'll go Jeremy Buck and, of course, Jay Lethal, I think we need to praise and congratulate. I meant to type to praise then. There's Jay Briscoe. Chris Hero, I feel bad for, but there we go. Can you, congratulate him? No, you can't. We can praise on a great performance. There we go. Make that speech. Scene please, scene please, scene please. Perfect stuff. I'll bring you back for the next show. Okay, so we got a few people who are going to be missing again today, but we still got a fantastic show. So let's walk you through it. In the pre-match, we got Jason Light against Ryan Taylor. Didn't give him anything specific, but we did get a victory by Jason Light on Ryan Taylor by submission, 48 rated. Nice. It starts things off well. Delirious versus Peter Avalon. I very, very rarely use Peter Avalon, but every now and then I'll just chuck him in a pre-show, I guess. Delirious picks up the win. 49 rated, 47 rated segment. Nice. Jay Lethal kicks off the actual show, though. He clearly enjoyed having the freedom to go off script and perform well. The angle got the crowd hotter and got the show off to a great start. He is, of course, just been crowned PWG World Champion. So he has come out to celebrate, but we will see him defend it today. Let's have a look then. Our first match, a 65 rated. Mike Briscoe did seem off his game, but we got some good ratings there. He still got a 64, which is fantastic. Great Wrestling didn't have much heat. Briscoe's defeated the Havana Pitbulls, which is Rocky Romero and Ricky Reyes. So it's another tag team that I've introduced. The Havana, they defeated the Havana. Jay Briscoe pinned Ricky Reyes. That's what he did. Jay Driller, 65 rated segment. Very good. 43 now for Keith Lee versus Chuck Taylor. That's a shame, really. Didn't seem to click and made for an awkward bout. Never mind. We need to get Keith Lee better. And we need to give him more matches to do that. Maybe some pre-show matches going forward. Then it was Yuha Nation versus Adam Page. 44 and a 42. Decent wrestling, but little heat. Defeated 15-29 by pinfall. 48 rated. Okay. Hopefully it keeps on getting better. It is a 48 rated women's match between Sarah Del Rey and Ayoko Hamada. Sarah Del Rey picked up the win. AP Cross Diamond. They also had an awkward bout, which is frustrating. Oh, at least we're finding where they don't match up, I guess. We got a segment now. And it is a segment between Eddie Edwards, Chris Hero, and Claudio Castagnoli. Eddie Edwards is in the ring giving an interview. Chris Hero and Claudio Castagnoli come out, enter the ring, and some back and forth insult the attack, laying Eddie Edwards out 2-on-1. Davey Richards comes out from the back, hits the ring, and cleans house, saving Eddie Edwards. And that is because we are going to turn Davey Richards babyface. There we go. Because he is a tag team, of course. We need them to both be baby faces, and they'll lead to a nice little feud between these two tag teams, which I think is going to be good. Eddie Edwards was very poor when trying to improvise dialogue. He was getting ginned, so it didn't matter. The angle got the crowd hotter, though, which is good. 47 segment rating. Up to a 54. Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano defeated Adam Cole 12-57 by pinfall. Nice. Johnny Gargano putting a 56, which is good. Have great chemistry, and it showed in their performance. They've had some great matches in real life too. Then we got to a 70 rated. The Kings of Wrestling versus the American Wolves. Lovely. 72 from Claudio. 78 from Chris Hero. Jesus. That's amazing. The match was a little too short. It was 18 minutes nearly. Davey Richards pinned Chris Hero with a DR Driver 2. Yes, he picks up the win as a babyface turn. Nice. Then they have a little bit of a celebration. Nice. 35 segment rating. We move on to a 61. Lance Storm versus Jonathan Gresham. 14-44 by pinfall, 6:30 splash. Lovely stuff. Jonathan Gresham putting in a 64. Going up against the veteran Lance Storm. We then have a 68 rated segment. What a match this is. In about that, superb wrestling, a decent reaction from the crowd. The Elite, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, and Kenny Omega, I have changed their names, defeated Ricochet and Peligro Abias, 17-15. where Matt Jackson pinned Ricochet with a more bang for your buck. 72 rated from Kenny, 71 by Paul London, 78 by Generico. Huge! The match went on a little too long, given its aim. 17 minutes. Oh my God. Okay, and then the match was a little too short. What do you want? I guess because it was high spots, it was too long, but it was too short because it's deemed an important match. I don't know. 68 segment rating, though. Very good. Then we go to a 62, where Kevin Steen cuts a promo hyping up his upcoming title match with Jay Lethal. Really good. And how does that do? Well, Kevin Steen versus Jay Lethal got us a 69 rated. Jay Lethal defeated Kevin Steen in 1931 by pinfall with a lethal combination. Jay Lethal makes defense number 1 of his PWG World title. A 62 and a 60 rated in-ring performance. Kevin Steen benefited from having the Groundswellers public support. Should we turn him babyface then? Question. I want you to let me know in the comments. Does that mean we should be looking for a babyface turn? The match got the crowd buzzing. Let's finish the show. And then what did it get us? A 64 rated, plus 24 in regions, which is good. Again, we're going to be held back because of what we have going on in production. So Chris Hero was absolutely fantastic. So we'll compliment and we'll praise for a great performance. Who else did really well? Johnny Gargano I was really happy with. We'll go with Johnny and compliment on a good performance. And who else did really well? Paul London. We haven't really praised Paul a lot before, I don't think. Maybe there we did. But that was the only time. So we'll praise those 3 there. That's very good indeed. Shall we do one more? Let's. It's time for our final show of the night, but once that's finished, make sure you stick around so you can see all of the popularity changes before, of course, we end the video. We're starting things off, Keith Lee versus Kyle O'Reilly in a pre-show match. They actually did quite well, a segment rating of 51. Nice. The next match is a 45 rated. It's Jason Light versus Ryan Taylor. Jason Light picking up the win there. 2 pre-show matches to kick us off. Bang. Jay Lethal comes out again. He's the champion. It's the best way of kicking off this whole show every single time because he is the star of our company right now. Jay Lethal improvised well throughout the segment. The angle got the crowd hotter. It started off to a good start. 75 rated start. Very nice. 56, Jonathan Gresham versus Roderick Strong. Jonathan Gresham defeated Roderick Strong by pinfall 630 splash, 56 rated. Both of the guys had a 55, even though Gresham was slightly off. It was a bit of a technical match as well. Good wrestling, but didn't have much heat. We're kicking things off, nice and slow. 51 rated after that, and about that decent wrestling, but little heat. 2.0 defeated the Fighting Taylor Boys. 13.25 when Jagged pinned Brian Cage with the Jagged Edge. Nice. Shane Matthews was the weak link again. Only got 37. Jagged had a 48. Chuck and Brian Cage 49 and 50. We move on, though, into a triple threat match. What a match this would have been as well. Kenny Omega, Matt Cross, and Yuhan Nation. Kenny Omega actually had an off night. He defeated Matt Cross and Yuhan Nation when he pinned Matt Cross with his finisher. 65 rated, and somebody did tell me it was the One-Winged Angel, so thank you for that. He benefited from the groundswell of public support, so his popularity is obviously going through the roof now, which is fantastic. Maybe we'll take a look at that if I remember. I probably won't. Next, Kenny Omega did a segment after talking to the crowd. He enjoyed the freedom. 59 rated, that's really good. Perfect timing, really, after we had that in the previous one. 48 rated segment is Davina Rose versus Sarah Del Rey. This one, as planned, the match brought the fans back down a little because you can't go and have too many high-flying matches like that. The crowd will get worn out, so this is the perfect opportunity to bring the crowd down. Davina Rose, Sarah Del Rey put on a great match. Davina Rose won by submission, just short of the 10-minute mark, and Sarah Del Rey had a 51 rated match. We need to bring in some more women's wrestlers, but it's very difficult to keep up the match ratings that we're getting from a lot of the men because there's not as many women who are free agents. They get picked up quite quickly by the big companies, or they're in Japan. And it costs so much to bring them over. The Iconics are actually available, and one of them's really good. I think it might be Peyton Royce. But paying for flights out is so expensive. Okay, then we have Johnny Gargano versus Lance Storm, a 57 rated match. Johnny Gargano put in a 60, Lance Storm a 57. Great wrestling, but didn't have much heat. Johnny Gargano defeated Lance Storm by pinfall with a Hertz Donut. Nice. Really good match, that is. 57 rated. 62 after that is the Briscoes versus Ricochet and TJ Perkins. Hello, Mark Briscoe had a rated of 70. The Briscoes defeated Ricochet and TJ Perkins when Mark Briscoe pinned Ricochet with a shooting star press. I didn't know you could do that. That's impressive. Match got the crowd hotter. 62 rated. Lovely stuff. We move on. Angle between Chris Hero and Claudio Castagnoli. The Kings of Wrestling had interview hyping up their upcoming tag match with the American Wolves. Claudio did not do well without a script to follow. But Chris Hero did. Interesting. They're round about the same where they could be good without or with a script, so I always just do without anyway. Because if you do it without and they both perform well without a script, the segment gets such a good rating. But there we go. 47 rated, never mind. Oh my god, the match is a 77. Chris Hero with an 81. Claudio with a 73. Eddie Edwards with a 67. Davey Richards with a 64. The match was a little too short. Went on for 17 minutes as well. But the Kings of Wrestling defeated the American Wolves 17-23 and Chris Hero pinned Eddie Edwards with a death blow. 77 rated. I like it. 44 then, right after, we have an angle where Jay Lethal, El Generico, and Paul London are talking about Kevin Steen and the Bucks. Oh, yeah. Actually, in PWG, Steen and the Bucks had a fantastic, trio faction. It was amazing. I've seen one match with them, and it was brilliant. So that's a 44 rated. It wasn't as good as what it could have been, but I'm sure the match will be 67. There we go. The match dragged at the end. It was too long for the workers to keep up an all-out pace. All right, fair enough, but 22 minutes was the length. Maybe I should have just done that as 20, but look at the performances that we have here. 72, 79 for Kevin Steen, 75 for Paul London, 84 for Generico, and 78 for Jay Lethal. Huge. Wow. The match got the crowd buzzing. It's a shame that was obviously our final match. If we had a match after that, don't know what rating it could have been. So maybe we'll have to think about that for the next episode. But there we go. We'll finish the show then. What's the rating going to be? I want to say high 60s. 66, I'll take that. I'll take a 66. I also increased, not the broadcast quality, but the other one, the music that we had there. So we've only got one now, but the broadcast quality, if we upgrade that, it's like 15,000 a month. No, actually, it's more than that. It's more than that. I can't remember what it is, but it's a huge amount, and there's no way I can afford that right now. But a 66 grade overall. Popularity increase in 24 regions. That's all of our regions that we need to increase in. So that's perfect. Who do I want to give it to? So, who was really good? Chris Hero was really good. Gresham was decent. Gargano. Gargano was one that I think was really good. So, Johnny Gargano. Where are you, Johnny? There you are. Johnny Gargano was fantastic. So, we'll praise him for a great performance. Generico was good, wasn't he? El Generico. We'll praise him for a fantastic performance. And who was the angle with Jay Lethal? Kings of Wrestling was good. I'm trying to remember who was actually really good. So the Briscoes. Oh, it's Mark Briscoe, isn't it? Mark Briscoe was very good indeed. So let's praise Mark Briscoe on his fantastic performance. Lovely stuff. We'll make that speech. I forgot to mention, by the way, you might be going, I wonder where Pac is. He's been signed up by Dragon Gate. So I cannot get him on any move. He's a written permanent deal. So he's been signed up by Dragon Gate. No Pac anymore, which obviously I'm gutted about. Right then, so the PWG Kurt Russell reunion show was shown last night. Got a 0.03 TV rating. 25,000. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's the highest that we've had so far. We were teetering around the 19,000, I think, when we started doing this broadcast. So we are getting better and better. Let's then take a look at our size. When I last seen it was a 44, I think. Yeah, 44. But we are going up 24 there in the Mid-South and Tri-State area, which is good. Let's track the progress. So for US, we've gone up to a 44 this month in January. Gone up to 21 in everywhere else, which is really good. I forgot to even see that. And 24 in Mid-South there, 23 in the Tri-State going up. So we've gone up pretty much in every state. What about, yes, and in Canada as well, and the British Isles? And in the British Isles, this is a fantastic month for PWG. In January 2012, we're getting higher and higher because, of course, we need to get to 59, but we also need to get in Mid-South or Northwest region 35. So the fact that Mid-South is going up is great. Northwest isn't, but we'll take the Mid-South anyway. If we can get that to 35 at the same roughly amount of time that we get to 59 in our Southwest, we'll go to a median company. And then we have like broadcast rights for a lot of different places, which is going to be amazing. I have been thinking as well about upgrading from Tiny in the US. We just simply can't afford it right now. But eventually, once we start making a little bit more money, that's what we can look at doing. Because, yeah, it'll make such a big difference for the size, of course, and trying to get into medium. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll try and bring out another one throughout the week. Make sure you smash a like and tell all your friends about it. Thank you, and bye-bye.